Hello, everyone. Welcome to our channel.
Hey,
I'm Uchenna.
and I'm IJ.
I'm Dior.
And today we are going to discuss Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 6, Episode 16. So we're coming to a close, ladies.
Yep, this is the last episode. Well, one more episode.
Before the reunion and before we get to see Nikki wail on for Candace. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, it's a big get for them to get Nicki Minaj.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, so many people love the Housewives. Rihanna's a big fan. And so she did, real quick side note, she did a, you know how we love Rachel Lindsay, the Best Bachelorette. So she does Extra. And it was before some award show. And Rachel was interviewing Rihanna, and she brought out how Rihanna loves Real Housewives and that they both love Real Housewives. So it's a big deal, you know. So I guess that's why they get paid what they do get paid. Yeah. So all right, so let's get into it. So we are still on vacation with them. It seems like this is an endless vacation.
Endless.
I know.
kind of boring. Like they didn't really do anything.
Right. Yeah. This episode was so, but it's better than them fighting all the time. It's like, yeah.
I think they cut out the activities because nothing happened during the activities.
Yeah, they didn't really do anything except for go to dinner and then go on a boat. Really? That's it, right?
And the bus.
Yeah, the bus was great. The bus was good, but you're right. That's all they did. So like Gizelle and Robin said, like Wendy's a horrible host. She didn't have much plan.
Failure.
Yeah, epic failure.
Not as Kenya though.
No, Kenya's a better. They had
at least they got food.
And they had the big bolo. So you can't knock that. That's when that happened, right?
You didn't bring that. Candy.
What? Yeah, candy brought, but it was there. Okay, so they ended with a really fancy crab boil. The food looked great. The setting looked really pretty. So she did a good job with that. And I don't know about Eddie's soup. That was a little bit too much. I think it's Gucci or something like that, but I didn't care for it.
I didn't even notice it.
Oh, it was some like satin, paisley, flowery theme. And now, you know, Eddie would not put that on himself. You know, that Wendy made him wear that suit because it was a little bit too flashy for Eddie. But so it went okay. I mean, for me, I think that Ashley is blowing this way out of proportion. The whole thing with her and G's argument.
Well, I feel like Gizelle kind of brought it up though, because he mentioned, I don't know what he said. He said something, and then Gizelle is the one who brought it back to the bus.
Right.
So then Ashley chimed in, and I think that's where it kind of got out of hand.
Right. But even on the bus, I didn't think it was that big of a deal. He was like, oh, look at Ashley back there sleeping in the corner. And that's all he said.
I think he was just being annoying, and she was trying to sleep. Because when they flashback, I guess, or when they redid the bus part at the beginning of that, so I saw like Candace was asleep at the front of the bus, like she was knocked out. No one said anything to her.
Oh, maybe he didn't see her. Was she ahead of him?
Either she's in the same row or she's ahead of him. I'm not sure.
I think Ashley is probably going through some stressors. You know, the kids are at home alone with the husband, and you know, she's out. Last time she had the baby, she wasn't out during that time. We don't know if she's going through some hormonal things, depression or anything like that. And maybe she's just exhausted after taking care of 2 kids, even though she does have a nanny.
Yeah, let's keep it real.
Yeah, but maybe she's exhausted from taking care of 2 kids, and just the outing, people, alcohol was just too much, and she needed to take a nap.
I mean, we've all been there. Like IJ, like you've taken care of kids. I've taken care of kids and worked. It's hard, but it's doable. You know, it's not like it's like something that's impossible to do. It's just 2 kids. It's not like it's 3 or 4.
But we don't know. But I think the
Yeah.
whole thing was blown over, and the whole argument afterwards was just ridiculous.
Yeah. And I was glad that Mia stood up and said, hey, like, you can't be.
Shots fired.
Yeah, I think she was good to say, hey, listen, you need to like calm down. You can't talk about Alzheimer's. Your husband is old as hell too, but mine looks better. Yours looks even older. That's what she should have said. So I thought that was real rude of Ashley. Ashley, once again, taking it too far, way too far, you know? And so she had, like you said, some good shots fired.
I thought, I was like, wow, Mia, you went there. Like Mia went hard.
She went like Candace would go.
Yes. I would shut my mouth as soon as she said out and just like, nothing else.
Moral of the story for this season, don't talk about people's husbands.
Right. And then what did you guys think about that whole cake thing? Wasn't that whack as
once again, taking it too far.
First of all, it wasn't even her idea. So why would you even make somebody else do that? Like, that was just so.
It's Wendy kissing her butt. That's what it is. It's like, it was, I mean, this wasn't even like a party for Ray. It wasn't like it was his birthday party or anything, or bachelor party. Mm-hmm. I just didn't get it.
How do you kiss somebody's ass when they've taken your idea and they're working your idea before you can even get your idea off the ground?
Mm-hmm. She was in an interview where she said that it didn't bother her, that, you know, she was like, go, Karen, do what you got to do. But Mia also is having a candle line. And I thought I read that she was upset that Mia was doing a candle line.
Yeah, I didn't think she was doing a line. I thought she just had one candle that said, "Don't F with me."
Oh, so
yeah, it's like a joke
gimmick. Yeah, gimmicky candle.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, like, why didn't they roll the cake out? Why did they have her walking inside the cake over to them? And he acted like he still didn't understand what was going on, even though he saw legs walking.
That was just stupid.
Yeah.
So stupid. But since you talked about the candles really quick, I bet you the candle line seems like Wendy's husband is taking over.
Oh yeah. Because she couldn't do it. So
or she didn't want, I mean, with a PhD, she should be able to do it. Maybe she just didn't want to really do it. But I like the concept though. It's starting off as candles, but it's going to grow into other home essentials. So it could grow into pillows and decorative and gardening.
We're working for it to grow into all of that. So
what did you say?
You have to put the work in for it to grow into all of that. So if she could barely do the candles.
I know. They changed the design. Did you see it was black and gold? Now it's white and gold.
Right.
I personally like the black and gold.
Yes.
Yeah, it was more unique. This is kind of like basic, see it everywhere.
Right.
But maybe it will sell more, be more appealing to other folks.
Yeah, their folks. Yeah. Did you like the photo shoot?
Yeah, I thought it was cute. I like their outfits. I thought it was nice. I didn't understand the palm trees.
I didn't understand it neither.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the About Us page.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe that's like an ode to Africa, palm trees. I don't
They do it the scent of the candles, maybe.
Oh, maybe.
I would hope they don't smell like palm trees. So I was like kind of like what I'm just hoping it's the About Us page and not you know,
the like advertisement page.
Right.
Yeah, maybe. But it's funny, like Nigerian families are so similar, you know, like when she was talking to her mom and some of the stuff that her mom was saying, it like completely reminded us about our mom and our dad, you know. Yeah. So
we were watching Nigerian movies this weekend and everybody was over at the house and Kaylin was watching it. She's like, that sounds just like us. I was like, sounds like who? She goes, Aunt, you see you and Chi Chi and Nana? I was just like, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
really, that's probably where we get our loudness from, right there.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I thought that it was completely inappropriate to be having that conversation while they were doing a photo shoot.
Me too. Once again, Wendy just trying to make things relevant and bring some spice into her 10 minutes of being on the show and so forth, because that was disrespectful to the mom.
Yeah, in front of all those people that they don't know, who
In
are
front of the
probably
millions
Nigerian
of people,
too. Yeah.
I was like, no, I'm never going to apologize to you now.
Mhm.
You know?
Mhm.
Yeah. And the mom was just like, she was not having any of it. She's like, call me an Uber.
Right. And she left.
And Wendy quickly was like, oh, mom, we're sorry. Everyone's like, we're sorry. We're sorry. I was like, wow. But Wendy needs to watch what she says. I totally agree. That was totally inappropriate.
Yeah. All right. So let's go back to the situation with Mia and her mom and the babysitting. How there was a huge argument. She was
confused. Was this once they were already back?
Yes.
Yeah.
They did a staycation.
Right. Yeah. So this is when they were already back, and the mother didn't know what to feed them, so she was calling every 5 seconds, and then G was like, can you just figure this out? And then
McDonald's.
Well,
Wendy's.
Kept them for like what, 2 or 3 days when they were on vacation. So because this was a different occurrence, right?
Did she have them while they were on vacation?
I think that she was at their house.
Yeah.
Oh, she was exhausted then. She was
probably,
done.
She was probably done. And then she argued with G. And then so they came back because Mia was like, her mom has a tendency to leave. So she didn't want that to happen to her kids, which I completely understood. I would go back too. And then when they got there, the mother and G started like arguing, or really the mother was yelling at G, and which isn't a good look in front of the kids, of course. And so then G is like, I don't want her back babysitting our kids. So do you guys agree with him, or
totally
do you
agree?
Think that,
well, I wouldn't say all the way, not totally babysitting, maybe not such long periods.
Yeah.
Maybe keep it at 2 days max. Or maybe just 1 day, a couple of hours, something like that. And you bring the food with you.
Yeah, be very obviously she has some issues. And so make it less complicated for her. You should do that for anyone that's watching your children, be as prepared as possible. And so if they need a little more help and they're not used to, care for your children aren't used to them, then you probably should just have everything planned out to make it
easier.
Yeah. I know this sounds bad and I probably shouldn't say it, but I'm going to anyways. I didn't realize that Mia was really that intuitive. I know that she is, it's her children, but the fact that she was just like, we've only been gone for 2 hours during this stay vacation. She was ready to go back and get her kids because she thought ahead of how her mother was going to act. I guess I hadn't thought of Mia in a motherly kind of way.
Because she's all about that business.
Yeah. So it was good for me to see her acting like a parent and thinking, I need to go get my kids before they're left alone. So I hadn't seen her in that limelight before. And I didn't see Ashley, even though I know she had a kid and so forth, but seeing her concerned about her husband, it just made me realize she is very insecure.
Is this when she was at the therapist?
Yeah.
You guys, I tuned out. I didn't pay attention. So what happened?
So she went to see the therapist and brought the baby, and the baby was jumping and she was feeding the baby. And because the baby hadn't eaten.
All she does is breastfeed that baby.
And her breast
either pumping or breastfeeding or pumping.
Yeah. And, all she could talk about was Michael. And it wasn't about herself. and her needs.
Mm-hmm.
It was all about Michael's sexual needs.
Oh, again?
Well, I think it's because he cheated on her around this stage.
Time period.
Uh-huh.
For whatever reason, she decided to stay with him. And now she's probably feeling
Anxious.
And yeah, because she doesn't know, especially if he's not, I guess it sounded like he wasn't like interested in having sex with her. So then she's probably like, well, who are you having sex with then? Or why aren't you interested?
Right.
Oh,
He
wow.
must have a very, I don't know what kind of libido he has, but
He didn't see.
whatever she's doing right now, she feels it's not enough. And she's concerned, he's and it is, even if it's a nice rejection, it's still rejection where she's putting her hands on his knees and so forth. And he's just like, no, baby, not right now. I'm not, I'm not in the mood and so forth. And so it leaves her to wonder, because the doctor cleared her, but he said it's going to be uncomfortable. Who wants to have sex with your wife knowing that she's going to be in pain when you're having
Most
sex?
guys wouldn't care. I mean, like.
Wait, who said it was going to be uncomfortable?
Her physician said that she was cleared, but that it's going to be uncomfortable for her if they do have intercourse.
Oh, okay.
Because maybe she's not completely done healing.
Mm-hmm.
But Michael still was like, no, I'm good. And so now she's concerned.
Yeah, I can understand her definitely being concerned because of.
So that tells me she must really want their marriage to work out.
I think she does. I think she really loves him.
Yeah, I guess, we thought that she was just I thought she was just with him for the money and the
I think initially that's true, but you grow to love someone and she's grown to love him because it has to be, love now, right? It's not
right.
his lips,
Yeah, she got her 2 kids.
Mm-hmm.
And, seeing her at their romantic dinner, all I could see in my head was the mom and Ashley melding. They look really? Alike. So
they
bad.
Do.
Yeah. I was just like, is that mom or Ashley? Does he see what I'm seeing?
Yeah.
I feel bad for her because he just seems so disinterested.
Wait, say that again. You're breaking up.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can. Mm-hmm.
He was saying that she was sexy. He was saying the words, but I
wasn't feeling it. Wasn't feeling it at all. It was like, oh, you look really sexy.
But you know who he was interested in?
Juan.
Girl, I was just like, and she had to stop it. She had to step in and be like, let me give you a kiss or something.
You know what? I tuned out.
I think she knows, like, that he has interest
on him.
Yes,
for sure.
She's like, okay, like she just shut it down before he could go further.
Because he couldn't stop talking about Juan. Well, it's not like Juan. He's not like Juan. He's blah, blah, blah. Like, just started rattling. I was like,
Juan wasn't even part of the conversation. It was Chris. It was the relationship between the relationship with him and Chris, right?
Yeah, but he was comparing the relationship between Chris and the relationship with Juan.
But that's they are friends. They are enemies. They're trying to, but he was saying, I'd rather spend time with Juan instead of spending time with Chris.
It makes you wonder, Juan, like, what's going on here?
How much time are you guys spending with each other? Is it
what
all
are you guys doing?
David's or Michael's mind, or like, are they actually?
When they did that flashback and they were talking about Vegas and he said something like just the 2 of us. And it sounds like Juan is encouraging it, or
he is encouraging it
down. I don't know. He's not
shutting it down, right? Or
most men that I know would be like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
My face was frozen that whole entire time. I was like, when you guys were talking, because I was like thinking about my husband. He would just.
I know. Dan wouldn't even entertain it for a second.
Not even a minute. Good Lord.
Yeah.
And if he caught you talking about him like that, he'd be cut off. Bam, cut off. But no.
But maybe Juan is more understanding. Maybe he's like, you know what, he's a cool guy. Okay, he has a crush on me, but like, I don't care. I still think he's cool.
And Michael's probably like drunk most of the time he's doing
Right. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. And I don't think Robin would want him hanging out with Michael, right?
no, I definitely wouldn't. You start talking about my husband like that, no, you might suck dick. No, you would not be hanging out with my husband. Bye. Go on.
No.
But did you see when she led him, like when like it showed his hand on her lap. There was no squeezing, no rubbing. It was just there.
So
that hand.
Yeah, the hand was just like there. And she placed it there and it just laid there. I was like,
that has to be hard.
I said, how desperate must you be to dress up in a velvet leopard outfit and then straddle him and he'd just be like, you're sexy. You look
and
good.
To the bedroom and he's like, oh, I gotta go, use the bathroom or something.
Yeah, and she's like, I'll be waiting here.
No, he said, look at the buttons.
Yeah, on the toilet. So
on the toilet.
Maybe it was a bidet. Maybe he was gonna.
Yeah, probably it was a bidet.
I was like, all right, next scene.
Yeah. So I really enjoy watching Gizelle and her daughters interact with each other. I think it's so cute. You know, sometimes it's more like, sisters talking and not really mother and daughter talking, which I think is fine. But I think what the girls were saying about Gizelle's relationships was a real wake-up call to Gizelle. You know,
we saw that though. We saw part of her emotional shutdown and lack of vulnerability towards others and so forth. We've seen that through her interactions last season and this season.
But what do you think she needs to tell us what's causing it? You know, because something happened in the past that makes her so closed off even to her daughters. So it would be great if she could be vulnerable with us, the viewers.
I mean, she doesn't even really know why. I mean, some people just are not some people just don't communicate and express their emotions. So, and they don't know why. Maybe that's how they were raised. Maybe that's how they were raised, or maybe, maybe they did have some kind of experience that made them be closed off, but she may not even know herself. So she probably needs to go to therapy to figure that out.
Right.
But to have the poor girls, they like they said, they haven't seen her be vulnerable. So maybe they don't know how to be vulnerable themselves
in their relationships, but they're very level-headed girls, very, very capable, intelligent girls in terms of that. I don't know how they are in school, but I think they have good heads on their shoulders, but it might affect them in relationships.
Right. I thought it was interesting when her counselor, whoever the guy was talking to her and said, I don't know who said it to her. I don't know if it was a counselor or whoever said it to her, said, your daughter saw the relationship with their father. Then you went back to their father again and they saw that relationship not work out again. How does that impact the girls? I wonder if it truly impacted them. And I feel like Gizelle really, and this is just our thinking, we don't get to see the whole picture or anything, Gizelle, so we apologize, but it's like she didn't take their feelings into consideration when she started this relationship back up with him.
Because they were really,
the girls said no, they don't want
the girls did not want them getting back together because they knew how it would end. And it did. And they were probably like, at first being like, no. But as they saw them spending more time together, maybe they started to get hopeful that they were going to be a family again. And then, of course, that doesn't happen. And it makes me think of the father. Remember how mad the father was that Gizelle was back with him?
Yeah.
Remember they went to that restaurant? Yeah. So he's probably like, see, I told you, girl, leave that fool alone.
If it didn't work together when you guys were living in the same house,
Mhm.
How in the world is it going to work with you guys many states apart?
She was probably hoping, you know.
I guess so.
Mhm.
Anything else happened this episode?
No, I think we covered everything.
What do you guys think about Karen's invitation?
Oh, I mean,
It
was
was
it
so
just one
whack.
butterfly? Was it just one butterfly in there?
No, it was a couple of butterflies.
Some of them were dead, but it was just like they were at the bottom of a box that didn't have anything. Like maybe she should have had something at the bottom aside from just the butterflies, maybe some foliage or something. I don't know.
Yeah, some flowers or
But it's
something.
just a box. So it's like you could have done without that. I don't know.
Mhm.
I personally was like, if I would have opened that in my house, I'd have been pissed.
Well,
Well,
Mia did.
she did tell them to open it outside.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, she did.
Mhm.
I mean,
it
how
was
much
some
money did she
butterflies. You know, I think if it was in my house, I wouldn't mind, but I would be afraid that the butterfly would end up dying, you know, in my house. I'd have to kill it, you know. So-
And you know what? If I open it, I want a flurry of butterflies coming out.
right,
Not
right.
two little things trickling out.
I know. I know it's a cute idea, but it wasn't executed right.
No.
Mhm.
Next, get some fake butterflies and when put them on springs.
Yeah.
Right.
Open
Yeah.
them, they go,
Right.
That's better than what she had.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, let's hope that this isn't indicative of what the party is going to be like. Let's hope the party is much better.
Well, the party looks like it's going to be horrendous because
Oh.
the previews, people were fighting. Ashley.
Oh, yeah.
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 So sad. So sad.
Mm-hmm.
I think what's her name is going to get it. I think if Candace doesn't get herself together and quit being a total BITC to her husband.
Right.
Yeah.
And talking to him like that. Like she also has anger issues.
Yeah. She talks to him like her mother, right?
Oh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's. And
then maybe he should just leave her alone when she's upset and not try to calm her down because it doesn't help. It just gets her even more riled up.
Mm-hmm.
Or they might decide not to have her back on the show if she keeps on acting like this. I mean, who knows? So do you guys think
you don't think they would have her back on?
I think so, but if she gets too out of control, they won't. So do you guys think that Mia will make it back and back on the show and what's her name? Escala?
Definitely Mia.
Mia will.
Mm-hmm. Escala. Maybe I see no point in her.
I don't know, but she didn't really. I don't know.
She didn't add anything to the show to me.
Yeah, she didn't have much of a storyline.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
And she was a friend, but she wasn't like a friend. She wasn't like a Shamia friend, you know?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm.
She should have
said or Marlo.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
She should have played that role instead of the role she played. That's what I would have done. I'd have been a bestie.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But maybe it was hard for her to be a bestie because Gizelle is Robin's bestie.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Should have gotten in with the Grand Dame then.
She did. She tried to get in with Karen. Mm-hmm. Well, all right, ladies. It was great. Our episode was great. I'm not sure about the show's episode, but thank you guys for joining us. And Dior?
Don't forget to like this video, comment below, subscribe to our channel, and follow us on Instagram at The Real on the Real.
Yes. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. See you next week.
Yep.